So, I never made it back to see what these guys pour. Anyway, this is now the following week. It was poured on Friday.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense.
I feel like it's more common for me to pick up a video on a Friday and tell you about how busy my week was and why I didn't finish recording things than it is for me to not. So it's Friday. I didn't get as much recorded this week again as I would have liked, obviously. It's still crazy busy. Just heading out now to check on some concrete that was poured. We hired somebody else actually to pour it, but I'm just checking in to see how they made out. One of them should be done now, so we're just gonna have a peek at that, and then it looks like they're headed down to First Lake Drive now to go pour the second one. I just met them on the road, so they're doing good. It's a beautiful sunny day. Can't complain about that. It is cold. I don't know what it is right now. I can't see it on my truck at the moment, but it is not warm today. It hasn't been warm the last couple of days. So winter is definitely right around the corner. We have our first major cold coming this weekend. It's looking like -2 overnight, Sunday night, and again on Monday. Chance of some flurries this weekend, less than a centimeter or a centimeter. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully the ground's still warm enough that nothing sticks at this point. But time will tell. I can't say no more than that. Anyway, let's see if we can find where these guys were pouring this concrete. It isn't my project, it's somebody else's, so I'm just checking in on it for him. He can't be in today, so I don't see it yet. I'm going to keep driving around the block here and see where these guys were at. I do see some water there. Maybe they were washing it around the corner. Anyway, we're going to see if we can find it, and then I'll be right back. See. So they're definitely got to finish it, but it is poured. Looks like a wall, retaining wall in behind here they're doing. And a signpost there. I'll put that back on when they're finished. Must be a bus stop maybe they're putting in here, I'm gonna say. Looks good, it's in place. We'll go check out the other one now. So I would say by the looks of that, they got it poured in place, but they're not done yet. So I would say they're just roughing it in to start. They must be going over to pour the other one on First Lake now. So I'll go over and take a peek, see how they're making out, make sure everything's okay, and I guess wait to see later on when it's ready to cover. I'll probably leave them to it and then come back again a little bit because I have a bunch of paperwork and stuff I got to do. I actually have some billing for another customer I got to get done. It's not getting any easier. It's still quite busy. Lots of requests still coming in, lots of people wanting stuff done yesterday, and of course it just isn't time. Like I just said, it's getting cold. We'll obviously still work through the winter doing, you know, a lot of service work and such, but there's a lot of projects that you really shouldn't try to tackle in this kind of cold. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go check on those guys on the other one and we'll be back. pouring first lake now. I'll leave them be for a little bit. I ain't gonna bother them right now. They're busy. I'll head back and do what I need to do, and then I'll come back out and check again in a couple hours, I guess. See if by then we can throw them tarps over it, get it all covered up for the night, insulated, so nothing gets too cold. Yeah, and go from there. Anyway, I'll be back probably in a little bit. So, as you can probably tell, it's a little darker since the last time I was here. Never made it back to the concrete. Ended up sending somebody else out to do that. We had a little bit of a issue on another site, which caused a bit of a panic. Anyway, it's dealt with now. So that's about all I'm going to say about that. Just going home now, actually. So it's been a heck of a week. The superintendent is away again. The superintendent is away again next week. He's on vacation, so we will see what happens. We'll see what happens next week. So I never made it back to see what these guys pour. Anyway, this is now the following week. It was poured on Friday, and now we've got a couple of guys just coming by to do a little bit of tidy up on them, paving the cuts again around the curb line and fill in some topsoil. Finish prep for the remainder of the concrete pour, which is going to be the slabs, the bus stops. These are actually some bus stop jobs for one of the other PMs. So I'm just giving him a hand because he's out running around. So I figured I'd come up and get these guys moving. We'll have a peek at the project while we're here, meet with the crew, and go from there. On a side note, we also have some crews out on a water break in Lower Sackville. They've been out since last night, and by the sounds of it, they are going to be out for a while yet. So I will probably take a swing by there as well, just to check on the crew. I called them out around 9 o'clock last night. Anyway, we're here. We're just gonna wait for the crew, and then we'll get some stuff started. Oh, for the sidewalk grade? Yeah, it probably is. By the time you run it in here, this is probably finished grade right here. Yeah.
I'll take that down and be undermined the hole on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, you flatten the hill a little bit better. Take all that concrete off, and then hit this side into the wall. Yeah. Just pull it down. Pull it down a bit. We'll leave a couple inches on this end. I mean, it should have a little bit of a pitch on it anyway, so it doesn't hold water. But
when you do it, they're going to come in and rake it all out the way they want it anyway. We'll get all the concrete shit off them.
You don't work that well with those guys.
Who's that?
So those guys have their marching orders. They're just going to get that machine off, get started. And I am going to run back and grab some locates for them for the other site and a piece of pipe to do a little sonotube for a small sign base on the other one. So yeah, we'll go grab that and we'll head back up and see how they're making out at that point. So the crew is just waiting for their soil now on that first one. So there's not a lot to look at there at the moment. I dropped the locates off for them. They're all good. They're going to give me a call when they get to the other site, and then I'll show them that one. And we might get a little bit of footage of that. I'm just actually I'm in another truck right now. My other truck, the front end's gotten really noisy all of a sudden, so I just left it there so the boys could put it up on the hoist and have a peek and let me know if anything's falling out of the front of it. So I grabbed the 150 and riding around in this half a truck for a little bit this morning, and yeah, we'll see where the rest of today goes. So I was just on my way out to another site to check out another school job there, and got the call that the boys are on their way to First Lake Drive, so I'm gonna detour and head there. And actually on my way there, looks like I'm passing the water emergency that we are on. Looks like they got a hydrovac in there now. I'm just sitting in the traffic waiting now. So it looks like they're just cleaning up down around the pipe there now, so hopefully that's good news for them. I'll have to call the operator there in a minute and see what he's saying. So the boys are geared up on that one. It's windy and cold today, so they're not overly happy. Anyway, it is what it is. Making it work. So thank you guys for that. I am gonna go take a peek at that other school job now and see if maybe we can squeeze that in later today with these guys, because if everything goes good on this one over here now, they should be done a little early. So anyway, we'll go take a peek and see what the school one is and go from there. So the guys got this one ready. Get the soil all in, raked up, cleaned up, backfilled. And then they'll come back and pave that later today. There's the little half truck I'm driving today. Hopefully mine isn't out of commission too long. So like I said though, they got the soil in there on this one. The concrete's cleaned up, it's raked up. I'll get them to tamp that gravel again, probably before they leave when they come back and pave this one in. But other than that, this one's just about done and ready for the next phase of concrete, which will be pouring in the sidewalk and then putting the sign up, so then this bus stop will be completed. Like I said, this isn't my project, but I am helping out, so bouncing back and forth. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the other school now and have a peek at that and go from there. So just looked at that for the school. That's relatively small little job, just putting in a little pedestrian ramp off of a sidewalk there. A couple of ton of asphalt. I'll throw a couple pictures up maybe there. Busy school though, so it's probably not going to happen today. That said, they do have a PE day, I guess he said, on the 2nd of December, so I'll probably try to get something scheduled for then. Construction is everywhere in Halifax right now. Man. Anyway, just left the school and went right into a construction zone. Oddly enough, they're paving. I should just ask one of them to take a wheelbarrow load down and throw it where they need it. Call it done, but anyway, whatever. It is what it is. The school board calls, I will answer, so we'll get it sorted and dealt with. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back now and get some paperwork started for this one and go from there. So, as per usual, things got a little crazy, but I'm finally getting back to where the crew was today just to see how they buttoned up, and it looks pretty good, so we'll get out and have a peek. It's not too bad. Could have been a little neater, I guess, but looks alright. Asphalt looks good at least. Gravel looks like it was a bit clumpy. But it is what it is. Would have been nice to get some of this out of here too. I don't know what the deal is with this. Looks like overpour in the corner maybe. But the topsoil's in. So that part's done. Now they'll just go in and finish pouring in this slabs, and then they can put that side on that post, and this one's open.